Hey everybody, it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and we are back for Vlogoween 16. We are October 16th, and we are after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I went, those of y'all really quick, I went to Spirit to go get my pickle socks because my daughter's dance school is right next door, and I went to go pay the dance because their portal's not working where you can pay online. Anyway, long story short, I went in there, no pickle socks. So I told the girl, where's the pickle socks? And she's like, oh, we only had one left and somebody bought them last night. So she goes, well, we're getting a truck late tonight, so you can come back. She goes, we usually get it before closing, but I don't think we're going to get to it probably not till morning. I said, no, I'll be back tomorrow. So Jade wants a pair of pickle socks too, so at least we'll get 2. So that's okay, we'll go back tomorrow. And here's my cup of the day. Supernatural, join the hunt. I love Supernatural. It just has a seal on the front and same on the back of the cup. Same thing, all shiny black in the inside as well. I got this at Spirit for $10. So cute, right? It's big too. It's a sturdy cup. Those of y'all who are friends on my Facebook and on my Instagram, oh my gosh, guys, did y'all see how I dropped my cup yesterday? The one that I showed you I used yesterday said beautiful. Oh my God. I went downstairs, I was washing dishes and they were all dry, so I was putting the dishes up. I was making dinner for my husband. He was on his way home from work. And I was trying to do that Rachel Ray thing where she puts like 20 things in her hands. But she's got them big old man hands, so she can carry that kind of stuff. Sorry, Rachel, what you do? So I was like, I can carry all this stuff. And so I was like trying to put everything up because walking 2 steps was too far for me, right? Anyway, I went to put the cup up and our top cabinets are tall. I'm only 5 foot tall, so it's kind of hard to reach the very tall one, but I'm like, I can reach it. And so usually what I do is I put it up there and I just slide it with my finger. Well, it hit my Ouija board cup, and so my Ouija board cup fell, my Snoopy cup fell, and the beautiful fell. So it went boom, boom. I caught that one, and I went to catch the other one, and it bounced off of something and fell on the floor. And I just heard, poosh. Good Lord, guys, I almost fell the fuck out. I did. I almost fell out. I was like, oh. When I saw that it was broken, I was like, oh my gosh, I almost fainted. I know y'all think it's dumb because it's just a cup, but those of y'all who collect mugs like I do, who have this illness that I have to have, everything, like things that I collect that I love so much, and I only have 1 of those cups, but thank goodness they have more at the grocery store, so I'll go get me another one because it's such a cute cup. But guys, I'm like, I lost my footing for a minute. I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyway, super cute, right? Super cute. I love Supernatural. Such a good show. Such a good show. All right. I'm off track. I have a hot mess here. Y'all want to see the kind of mess I have? Look. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Look at it. Oh, it's because I am doing some brujeria, some witchcraft here. You guys remember I told you I have a cajillion of these. I literally have 30 of these, and these are the ones that I bought from like the Botanicas and stuff. They were like $1.29 or something like that. Anyway, I no longer buy these, but I made my own oils. I saw the error of my way. For me, these don't work for me unless somebody buys them and puts things into them and enchants them and gives them life. But other than that, it's just colored oil. That's it. In my opinion only, because if this works for you, you are strong, you are magical, you are everything that I am not, because these don't work for me. So I didn't want to throw these away. And if you look in here, I already have some of them in there. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I have 14 bottles left still to, well, this one has stuff in it. 13 bottles left still to add stuff to it. So this one is Confusion. So this one I have red chili flakes, black mustard seeds, and grains of paradise. I made a little label and put what I've added in here for Confusion. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing, and that's why I have a lot of my herbs out here, and of course over there and on the floor and over here. I just have a mess everywhere. But I'm going to finish this tonight and get it over with and put it up. All right. So, showed you my cup. Oh, my video today. I know, guys, it is Vlogoween 16. You guys tired of seeing me yet? Because I'm tired of seeing myself. I know eventually I will comb my hair. Maybe tomorrow. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and I was dying because it was so hot. And it was in between the rain and that humidity heat, the one that sucks just the life out of you, that kind of heat. Well, I was in there and I was just like, I was just so hot. And there was this older man in front of me. And as soon as he saw me put my stuff down, oh man, he scooted all of his stuff forward and make sure that he put that bar. I was like, don't worry, I am not going to let you buy my stuff today, okay? Don't worry about that. I'll make sure you don't pay for my things. He just gives me a look. Whatever, man. So yeah, I'm standing there being sour and sweaty and salty. And the lady who was next to me, she goes, well, the cashier in the next aisle, she goes, oh my God, like, I love your hair. Just like that. I love your hair. And I'm looking around because I know she ain't talking to me. And she goes, I'm talking to you. And I'm like, to me? And I'm like, you think this rat's nest is beautiful? Okay. I said, thank you very much. I haven't combed my hair in 3 days. Thank you very much. It's washed, but not combed. And so she goes, I just love it. It's so long and black and beautiful. Girl, I said, you just made my day, but thank you. Now, I washed my hair 3 days ago, and I just like braided it up into a braid and then threw it on top of my head. And so then I took it down, and so now it's got all these little lumpy lumps in there from my braid. But I didn't comb my hair. I promise, I will try to comb my hair tomorrow. It's just, I do love my hair. For natives, our hair is our strength. So that's why you see a lot of native men who don't cut their hair, because having long hair shows the strength of a person. This is in native terms, you know? And so anyway, it just, I love it, but I don't comb it enough. All right, so let's get with the video. What I'm going to show y'all today is how to make a sweetening jar. And it's so funny because my coven sister also made, I was looking at her video today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's making her video. She made her video yesterday on what I'm making today. So you guys, please, my coven sister, her channel is called Life with Catalina. I always call her Catalina, with Catalina. And she does like tarot cards and stuff, but she's got a channel and she shows some things. So y'all get a chance, hop on over to hers. Also, my other coven sister, hers is Keeping Up with Jenny. And she shows a lot of cool stuff too, especially if you like shopping hauls and planners. They just started their channels up. So yeah, definitely, if you want to swing on over, show them some love. All right. So I'm going to show you how to make a sweetening jar. I know people have made sweetening jars. You know, they are, hold on, let me fix this. Ooh, please don't fall. All right, people have made sweetening jars. There's so many different kinds, but that's a great thing about doing jar work. When you do a container, like a jar, a vessel, whatever, you can be as creative as you want because you can put whatever you want in there. And so I love doing sugar, like sweet jars, sour jars. I like working with jars in general. You know, I did a hex once, and I did a big chili pepper. And I put it into a jar with vinegar. And I was like, ooh, Lord help you. Lord help you. Don't bring out that beast in me. But no, I had to do it. And look at me, I had to do it. This was months ago that I did it. But anyway, I put it in a jar and I filled it with vinegar. So I love doing jar spells for anything. But before we start, I'm going to show you a couple of books, or three books three books that I have that I think are really good if you don't know how to do certain things, or if you know basic, or you could know a lot and you just want to know more. I love these little books. This is by Deacon Millet. This is the Hoodoo Honey Sugar Spell book. I got this on Amazon for like $10, I believe $11. It's just a small book. And this has so much information in here on honey and sugar jars. So here's the table of contents. Just kind of like stop it, screenshot, zoom it, so you can see what's in there. And this gives you a lot of basic information on hoodoo food. I'm choking. Hoodoo foods, container spells, a honey jar spell, oils that you can use with sweetening spells, honey jars on your altar, how to dispose them, just a lot of different things that you can use. And what I like about this, it doesn't have a lot of pictures in there, which is great, because less pictures, more information. It's a really, really simple, easy follow me book. You know, like, it's nothing that's difficult is what I'm trying to say. It's not like, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult for me to do. You know, when you see some spell books and you're just like, what? I got to go stand outside at what time and stand on what foot and do what? Yeah, but these aren't like that. These are very simple things that you can do, and things that you probably have right in your kitchen. So very simple. And you don't have to follow these step by step, but it gives you some ideas on top of what you already know. You know, I don't do love spells. I think I showed y'all this book before. I don't do love spells unless I'm paid to do them. But I just don't do love spells unless, like, if it's for a family member or a good friend or somebody who's hiring me to do it, then yes. But for myself, I never done a love spell because I don't want to be loved that way. I tell people all the time, here's the table of contents. I don't want to force anybody to feel any way for me. I need you to get there all by yourself. So anyway, this book again, this has a lot of great, and the reason why I'm showing you this, because a lot of the sugar jars, honey jars, are usually made like with some type of love, for love. So this has a bunch of spells. And again, same thing, same person who wrote this, lots of information, very easy, on Amazon. And this last one is called Paper in My Shoe. This one is by Catherine Ironwood. I freaking love this book right here. If you have no idea about how to write petition papers, what to do with them, here's the table of contents, what to do with them, how to write them, or any of that stuff. This book here is so full of information. Again, this could just add on to the knowledge that you already have, things that you didn't know you could do. And so they do, I can't even speak. I can't even speak. There are some illustrations in here. There are a few illustrations in here. It's a very good book. I wanted to show you one part here. And what I like is that these books are really small. So it's really short, simple, and to the point. So it shows you here how to make a petition for a prayer, and then what's in a petition. Words of power, because you guys know words are powerful. Think about how powerful the word is. I mean, just the words, I love you. Those are so powerful. Or when someone says, I hate you, those are powerful also. So just think about how 3 little words, I love you or I hate you, those have so much power. So obviously when you're doing petitions, you want to write powerful words, but it kind of shows you, you know, some explanation about words of power and different ways on how to write them on your petitions. And see here, this also is pretty interesting. Like, what's in the name? It shows you how to write the person's name, the date of birth. So this way, if, you know, depending on what it is that you're doing, you'll know how to write it. And I really love that. I really love how it has different ways of writing a person's name for petitions. I mean, and there's a few pages of that. So, and if you have 2 names, how to do 2 names. What it is it like here, is repetition necessary? You know, what if I don't know the person's name? How to use like paper tricks, taking measurements, you know, like when you're when you take a measurement, like if you're doing a string, you're doing the knots, disposing your papers. There's so much information. This is such a good book you're gonna need, because you'll use this. You'll use petitions in all of your spell work. So whether you're writing it on paper or you're putting it on a candle or whatever. So this is such a good book, guys. I really recommend this book. All right. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to read my notes. I have my notes that I wrote here, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so the ingredients that I'm going to be, that you'll use in a jar, like a sugar jar, you're definitely going to be using a jar. This had like pesto in it or something. So, this is a little jar. You're going to use your herbs, your roots, your minerals, whatever you're going to use to put in it. You're going to use your sweetener, regardless what kind of sweetener you're going to use. And you're going to use your candle, and you're going to have a petition paper. Now, the things that you can use with a sweetening jar. You can use a sweetening jar if you want to sweeten up a relationship, or if you want to sweeten up a situation. So if a relationship can be, you know, couples, it could be friendship, it could be family, like sister, brother, mother, daughter, father, daughter, whatever. It can be any type of family. It could be co-workers if you want to make a nice, happy workplace, because we all know how some of them heifers can be at work. Or if you're trying to sweeten up your boss, or like I said, in this case, family. And I don't mean just like extended family. I also mean like in-house family. If you have you and your spouse, and you know your children, everybody's fighting with each other, and everybody's like getting on each other's nerves, just make a sweetening jar, you know. And them kids are fighting, be like, oh Lord, ooh, let these kids get along, because I just don't want to have to choke any of them. Whatever you got to do, right? All right. I just can't be serious for nothing. All right. So the different things that you can use to represent, as far as what you're going to be putting in there. So and I'm going to talk a little more about it as I'm doing it. I'll explain a little more. You can use cinnamon sticks, personal tags or items. You can use doll babies. You can use photos and business cards. And then the different types of sweeteners that you can use is, you can use a simple syrup in case you don't have a lot to fill it up. Like say all you have is sugar, but you only have this much sugar and you want to fill it up. So if you want to fill this up with just like something sweet, you can make a simple sugar. A simple sugar is taking, like, say half a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. However much of sugar you have, that's how much water you put. And you're going to put it over the stove on very low temperature, and you're just going to stir it until that sugar dissolves into your water. And that's how you make a simple sugar, a simple syrup. You can use simple syrups to make tea, make lemonade, whatever. It just dissolves quicker. And what I like about simple syrups is that if you're trying to make say a vanilla bean flavored simple sugar to add to your lemonade, you can go ahead and put the vanilla bean in there with the water and the sugar, steep it until it's nice and infused, and then strain it, and then allow it to cool and put it into your lemonade. And I'm getting off track, but I'm just saying simple sugars are really good. So again, if you only have half a cup of sugar, half a cup of water, over low temperature until it completely dissolves, let it cool, and then you can use that to fill up your jar. Or if you want to make a simple sugar and you want to infuse all of your herbs, instead of putting your herbs in there loose, you want to infuse the liquid that you're putting in there, you can do the same thing. So if you're making one for love and you want to put rose petals, you want to, red rose petals, and you want to put you know, cinnamon, and you want to put this, and you want to put that, and you want to put all these things in for love, then you can steep all of that together, infuse it really well, and then strain it. Take all the stuff out of there, let it cool, and then you can go ahead into your jar, put more of those ingredients if you want, or, you know, if you want to see, you know, bits and pieces in there. But if you just only want the infused stuff, you could just pour that in there. Just another way. So you can use simple sugar. I don't keep saying that. Simple syrup made with sugar. You can use maple syrup. You can use Karo syrup, molasses, honey, just regular sugar, brown sugar, or infused sugar. So infused sugar, again, is kind of the same thing. Like this sugar that I have right here, I've got some sugar from downstairs. This has vanilla. It's sugar, but if you see there's like some vanilla bean, that brown piece in there, I have some vanilla beans that I bought, and I scraped them, and I got a big container that holds like 10 pounds of sugar, and I put 2 big pieces of vanilla beans, and I scraped them in there, and then I put the pods in there, and hold on, I see somebody coming. Hold on, guys. Oh, it's not for us. Somebody turned into our driveway and pulling back. Okay, I was like, who is coming? I put the vanilla beans in there, and I just stirred my sugar really well, and then I just put it in a container that was sealed. This smells so good. I've made this vanilla bean infused sugar months and months and months ago, and it smells amazing. I don't really use a lot of sugar in anything other than my coffee or tea. So, and I buy the cubes for my coffee and tea. So it takes me a very long time to go through sugar. That's one thing I don't use when I'm cooking. I never reach for the sugar. So it lasts me a long time. But you can definitely do this trick. Infuse your sugar with, you know, lavender, vanilla, cinnamon, whatever you want. Infuse it all, and then pour it into your container. All right. Did y'all hear that noise? It was over there in my altar. What's happening over there? Okay. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Like, what's happening? All right. We are going to, I'm going to give you a few examples here. We're going to have our petition paper. Your petition paper can be like these little brown bags. I get these for $1. You get a whole bunch of them. Or you can go to the market and get your groceries put in a bag. But I can make a lot of petition papers off of this, okay? So you're going to get that. Now remember, when you cut this, like I did here, you cut it, then you want to cut all the edges off around it. No manufactured cuts. Again, I don't know who made that rule. I don't know what happens if you break the rule. I don't know if lightning comes down and shoots you on top of your head if you don't follow this rule. I don't know. But that's what you do. Someone did suggest that you can cut your petition papers if you're trying to bring something towards you. You're going to cut it towards you. If you're trying to do something like get something away from you, whatever type of work you're doing, you're going to cut away from you. I think I have that right. But you guys get the idea. Same thing with the candles. When you're trying to, when you're anointing anything, you want to rub something a certain way, or if you're turning your petition papers, if you're trying to attract something, bring something to your life, something that's positive, you're going to fold it towards you. If it's something that's negative or something you're trying to get rid of, you're going to, it's just common sense. But again, the rule, who made that rule? I don't know. Do you have to follow that rule? No, you really don't if you don't want to. You are the creator, the king and queen of your domain. You can do whatever it is that feels right to you. All right. So here's my petition paper. I have John Smith with his date of birth. And then I just turned it and I wrote Jane Doe with her date of birth as well. So you are going to put the target on the bottom. And then you're going to put yourself on top. So if you are, we're going to do one, let's just say for love. and you want this person to be sweet on you. You want to sweeten the relationship or whatever. Maybe your spouse is going cuckoo, whatever, and you need to bring a little bit of that spice. You go ahead and put that person's name on the bottom, and the person who wants to dominate that person or that situation is going to go on the top. If you're making one for your boss, and your boss is being a butt, you can put your boss's name on the bottom, because they are the target and you are the one who wants to dominate the situation. So your name will go on top. Okay, y'all get it? Y'all get it? If you're doing a family of 4 and it's because you all want to do it, I would suggest writing all of the names, and you don't have to do it in 3s. And that's the thing. Is repetition important? It's only important if it's important to you, or if you're doing something to copy something else, and that's what they did. So if I was doing a family of 4, just me personally, if I was doing a family of 4, I would write all their names with their date of birth just one time, and then I would turn it around and I would put what I want: peace, tranquility, not go to prison after choking my children if they don't behave, whatever you have to do. Like, ooh, be nice, be nice. Just write your demands on top. So just remember, if, you're doing something like that. Now, if you write, the target on the bottom and then your name on top, and you want to write some demands, you can go ahead and turn it again and write the demands on top of your name. You can if you want. All right, so here's the petition paper. So if I was just going to use the petition paper and nothing else, at this point, you can take the petition paper, and if you have some love oil, you can go ahead and anoint each corner. Boom, 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 boom. Or you can do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with oil on your finger, just like that. And you put the love oil like that, or you can put the petition paper inside here, and you can put the oil straight into the jar. Okay. Also, what you can do, once you put your oil on here and you have some, say you've made a love mixture, like a powder, you can sprinkle some of that in here. And then of course, you want to attract something, so you're going to fold it towards you, and then you're going to fold it again and make yourself a nice little pack. Okay, at this point, you can put it in there if you want, just like that. Now, that's only if you have the petition paper. Those are some things you can do. Fill it, anoint it, fill it, fold it, put it in there. Now, if you have a photograph of the person, so say this is John and then this is Jane. For me, just for me, I would do this. I would put the name, one picture face up in the petition, and the other person's, the person who wants to dominate, Jane, on top, looking down. So they are looking at each other. See what I'm saying? Face to face on the picture, and the petition in the middle, just like that. Okay. Now at this point, you can go ahead and put all the stuff on here. Like I said, anoint it, with oil. Put your little goodies on there. The target face up, the dominant one face down on top, and then go ahead and fold it, and then fold it again if you can. If you can only fold it one time, that's fine. But once you have it, your pack all folded, and you have your photos, and you have your petition, and you have your little goodies in here, at that time, you can take a piece of string. Now, you can use red thread, black, white, whatever color. You can use whatever you want. You can even use fly trap paper, the ribbon. I've used that ribbon, the fly ribbon, when I wanted to bind someone, because that stuff is so sticky. Once you bind something, it's not going to get loose. So that's just another little tip you can use. The little fly papers you get for $1. I think you get like 6 of them for $1 at the dollar store. They are so sticky. Just know that you're going to have that gunk on your hands for a while. But if you really need to use one, you can use those, because that thing sticks. So you can use any type of ribbon, and you want to bind this. So you're going to bring love your way. You want to leave a little tail in, right? And so you're going to just start wrapping. You're going to bind it. And as you're binding this, you want to start thinking about, everything that you want. everything that you want to bring, you know, like if you're doing this for a relationship, you want to bring in, you know, love, happiness, lust, you know, longevity of your relationship, whatever it is. And then go ahead and then tie it together. Tie the two pieces together. And then once that's done, you can put your bound petition inside the bottom of your jar. Okay? So that's one way to do it. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I mean, like, it sounds right in my head. But we know how that dangerous can be. So here's my petition paper again. So let's say that you have a piece of clothing from each person. Now, when I say a personal item, let's say that somebody's going to send you some underwear. So you're doing this for somebody else, for two people. They want love between them. They want to bind themselves to each other. So you're going to need some soiled underwear, dirty underwear, and you're going to cut the crotch out from the girl and the crotch out from the boy. So you have two pieces. At that point, I know y'all be like, oh my Lord, go ahead and do the same thing. Dirty side up, petition, fill it with, you know, oil in the goods, her dirty panties down. Okay. Now, if you want, you can write the name of the person and date of birth on the non-dirty side on each if you want. You don't have to because the petition paper has it. It's up to you. So once you have the two dirty panties in here and the petition and all the stuff, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go ahead and fold it and then wrap it all up and put it in there. It doesn't have to be just underwear. It could be like a dirty shirt that they've worn and you would use part of the underarm pit where you want to make sure you have some secretions on there, whether some type of body fluid. It could be sweaty socks, you know, it could be you know, things that are juices on it, you know. And so, but personal tags can be all kinds of stuff. But in this case, if you would like to use a piece of dirty clothes, you know, something that they've worn, something that's been on their body that has gotten, you know, their scent. Underwear are the best things if you can get that. If you don't have underwear, somebody sends you hair or toenails of that person, even better. So you can do the same thing. If you have hair or nail clippings or whatever, you can put it right in here, your petition paper, and make you a little packet with their photo, because they're going to send you a photo. So make sure you have photos of, again, if you're doing this for yourself and your partner, same thing. You know, you can do all of these examples and make yourself one big fat pack. But if you have some of your hair and his hair, you know, same thing. You can put everything in here and you're going to put, you know, his picture, your picture with all the stuff in there and fold it up and bind it and put it in there. Y'all get where I'm coming from? Okay. Now, let's say that you want to use cinnamon sticks. You can use cinnamon sticks. So say you have their dirty underwear. You can wrap the cinnamon stick in the dirty underwear. Make it like a little taco. Okay. Just like that. And then you're going to take Sister Girl and you're going to roll the other one in it like that. So I would do it like this. And then anoint it with oil, and just like this. You won't be able to put anything in there because it'll be hard. I mean, you could in between there, like you could do it like, you could add stuff in there if you want, but it'll be kind of hard. So I would do it just like this. If you have a photo, put that photo in there as well. Put the photo right over it. And then you're going to bind, you know, well, this other way. You're going to bring love your way. So you're bringing this way. You're going to tie it, you're going to bind it, you're going to make yourself a little pouch, and you're going to put that right in there. Now, just make sure that your jar is big enough to hold it. See, this is just big enough. It's not going to lay flat, that's okay, but it's in there, okay? If you have two little doll babies, like little doll babies that you've made for each person, you can do the same thing. Wrap each doll baby in their pictures or in their clothing that they've sent you. and then wrap both up in the petition. Again, this is what I do. You can do whatever you want, but this is what I do, and I bind it all up and I put it in there. Okay. All right. Those are some examples that you can do. Now, say you want to, let me get my notes. Say you're going to do, where's my thing so I can put it on top? Hold on. You still can't see. I have such a mess that it's hard. It's hard to. Okay, still can't see. Okay, I'm trying to hold it. I need one more thing on here. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! All those years of college paid off. Because I learned how to stack some jars. Okay, so I just want to bring it like this so you can see what I'm doing. So let's just say that you're gonna do one. I have my notes here. You're gonna do one for a family because you want peace in your home. Once you do your petition paper for the family, you have all the names and everything in here, and you can go ahead and put some herbs in there if you want. If you want, you can go to each of your person in your family, say, give me one piece of your hair. Blink, blink, blink. Take one piece of their hair and put it in there. Okay. They could put a piece of hair. They could spit in the jar. You could take a drop of blood and put it in the jar. However you want to tie your family to the jar, that's what you're going to do. Make a petition paper, and then this is not going to work. Put the petition paper in the bottom. Okay. And you're gonna have it, you know, bound up. So just think that it's gonna lay flat. And then you can go ahead and add stuff on top of it. You can add stuff like basil, lavender, mother's wort, passion flower, rosemary, red onion, sandalwood. Those are just some examples of herbs and flowers that you can use for peace in your home. Think about all the things that you want in your home for your family. You want peace, tranquility, you want love, you know, you want communications, you know, things like that. All the things that you want in your house, and make sure that whatever herb that you put into your jar is going to represent that you want, okay? So make your demands into your jar and put one. You don't have to put a whole bunch of herbs in there, or just put one thing. If you want peace and tranquility, you're going to use lavender. You'll put that in there. You know, if you want love to be in your home, maybe you can put some pink rose petals in there. You know, or you put passion flower in there. If you want, you know, just whatever it is, you put it in there. If you're trying to do something for friendship, you can use cloves, you can use figs. Think of all of your herbs, roots, and minerals that you can use for friendship. If you're doing one for friendship, say you and your friend got in a kerfuffle, right? Let me take this down because this is not going to work. But say you and your friend got into a huge kerfuffle, and you are like, you know, this is not going to work. We need some better days, some better times. So you want to make sure that you have something of both of y'all. You want to make sure you have a picture of the two of y'all. For if it was me and I was trying to get a friendship back, I would definitely put my name and that person's name and put our photos face to face, and then, you know, with whatever herbs I want to put in there, put it in here in the bottom, bind it and put it in here, and then I would start layering it, you know. But with that one, you definitely want to put personal concerns like photos, or if you have something from that person. If you're trying to do love and romance, you could use apples, buckeye, catnip, cinnamon, dill, hibiscus flowers, juniper berries, lavender. If you want love and romance, you're going to do pink rose petals. If you want lust, you want to do red. You can put rue, vanilla, parsley, oranges, you know, all kinds of stuff. I would definitely put, when I put orange, I would put an orange I have these that I'm drying, and you could just put it in there. Put your stuff in there. I don't have anybody to make this for right now. Otherwise, I would make the jar and show you how to fill it up. But I can't think of anybody that I would want to make a jar for. I mean, like, I don't have anybody in mind. I should have asked before I did this, like, who needs a honey jar, because I want to show it. But anyway, if you are on my Instagram or my on my Facebook, you saw I was showing how I was drying orange peels, lemon peels, and then the slices. And I use them in my spell work. So I would definitely put this in. So before you put your ingredients, put your petition in first. Now this is after your jar has been cleansed. You washed your jar really well. You've gotten your Palo Santo or your Florida water, your sage water, whatever, and cleanse your jar first, both top and bottom, and it's nice and dry, and it's clean, and it's ready to go. Go ahead and put your petition in there. Get it all ready, however you're going to do it. If it's for, like I said, if it's for a friendship, if it's for romance, it's for lust, it's for a job, whatever, make it and put it in there. If you're doing one for business, I forgot to tell you, if you have a business card and you're trying to sweeten your business, make a petition paper with the business name on it, your business name and when it originated, if you know that, and then go ahead and put on top what it is that you want for your business. You want, you know, prosperity, wealth, abundance. Go ahead and do that and put in those herbs in there that represent money, wealth, prosperity, whatever it is your demands are. Put a little bit in there, and then your business card face up, and then go ahead and fold that in there and put that in there as well. You can wrap it up, or you can just put it in there like that. I like to wrap it up because I like to bind stuff, and that way it's bound together. Okay, so like I said, you can definitely do that. What else? Okay, so now that your jar is clean and it's ready to go, and you've made your petition paper, whatever it is, like I said, whatever it is that you're sweetening, go ahead and put it on the very bottom of your clean jar. Put it on the bottom. Then go ahead and start layering the things that you want in there. All the demands that you want. Again, whatever it is, whatever it's for, go ahead and start putting those things in there. You know, if you're going for love, all of the herbs and roots and minerals, oils, anything that you're going to use, go ahead and start laying them in there. And as you're doing each one, you can pray and put your intentions over each time you do it, or you can get all your ingredients that you're going to use. You're going to use 4 ingredients, right? 4 ingredients, and you're going to use the jar, and you're going to use a few things. Get all your ingredients out and do one prayer over everything and enchant everything, then put it all together, and then do your last little bit before before you're done with it. Or you can do it after every single time that you add stuff. Again, that's up to you and how you do it. So, petition paper, and then all of your ingredients. The ingredients have to represent your demands. If you want peace and tranquility, put that in there. You want abundance, you want, prosperity, put that in there. You want communications, put that in there. You want lust, put that in there. Romance, put that in there. Whatever it is you're trying to give, you want your boss to be sweet on you, put those things in there that's going to make that person attracted to you. Make sure you're putting things to dominate that other person. You're trying to dominate the situation, not so much the person, but the situation. You don't care if your boss likes you. Once you leave work, who cares if anybody likes you? But when you are at work, you should have respect from your coworkers. Again, I always tell my coworkers, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me at work, because that's what I do. If you see me at the store after work, you ain't even going to act like you know me. You just, no problem. But when we're at work, we the best buds. So put your petition, your demands of all the ingredients that you want. And then once that's done, once you have your layer of petition, your pictures, whatever it is, and you have all your ingredients, then at that point, you're going to go ahead and either fill it with your sugar or you're going to fill it up with honey. So when I was just showing you sugar, it was just regular sugar. You definitely can just take your jar and top it all off. Whoopsie. All off to the very top with sugar, right? Okay. Ooh, that smells so good. I suggest y'all make some infused lavender sugar. It's so great. Okay. Say you don't want to use sugar, you just want to use honey. I got this at the dollar store for $1. Look how much you got. Now, I know some people say, make sure it's organic honey. Make sure you can look at the ingredients here, and as long as it says it's not poison, then I normally don't use honey because, you know, how I feel about honey. But if I'm using it for a client, if I'm using it, you know, for something that I need to do, then yeah, I'm going to purchase it. I don't eat it, but I use it. So, like I said, this was $1. Look how much honey you get. And go ahead and pour it and fill it to the top. Do I think that the higher grade of ingredient makes a difference in your spell? Like, do I think that this dollar store honey will be any less if I bought an organic $25 bottle of honey? Unless this is not honey, then yeah, it's not going to have the same effect. But this says honey on the back. So my thing is, if it's what if this is honey, whether this one's $1 or this one's $25, as long as it's honey, it's going to work. In my opinion only. All right, again, everybody does these completely different. You do what works best for you. You are the king or queen of your domain. Remember, I tell you, you can be as creative as you want in these jars. It's nice to make jars that look beautiful. Look how beautiful it looks. But you want to make a jar that works. So making sure that you're concentrating on everything that you want. And don't cross things. Like if you are, be simple and direct. If you're trying to dominate a person because you want them to love you more, they're not showing you enough attention, they're not giving you enough time in the bedroom, whatever your demand is, make it short, simple, and to the point. Boom, put it in there. You know, so don't say, oh, but only if. No, there's no conditions. There's no, you know, there's no in between. This is what I want. You want this? Yes or no? Do you want more romance? Yes or no? Do you want more passion in the bedroom? Yes or no? You have to know what you want of your demands and put it in there. And then, you know, after it's completely done and your jar is done and you've already enchanted and put your prayers over there. And again, your prayers can be as simple as asking your higher power, the universe, or if you're doing a prayer, you know, an actual Christianity prayer over this, that's fine. Whatever you want to say. You want to say ABCs, whatever works for you. You put it into that jar. Then the jar is ready to go. After the jar is ready to go, you can go ahead and burn a candle on top of this. The candle can be a tea light candle. It can be a votive candle. It can be a tapered candle. You definitely want to burn a candle on top of this. Now, again, the whole thing with repetition. Do you need to write a person's name 3 times on here? Do you have to burn a candle for 3 days or 7 days in a row? That's up to you and how much you want to use repetition. You don't have to write 3 times. If you feel writing 6 times is what's best for you, or 2 times, or 1 time, or 12 times. It's what you feel is right. For me, it's 3. Even though my lucky number is 8. But for me, magical number, it's always 3s. And so, but when I work a jar, I work it for 7 days. So that's always, whenever I do any type of jar spell, it's always 7 days. Now, sometimes I don't want wax all over my jar because I'm going to put this inside. Like say this was for me and my husband. After I worked it, I want to be able to put it into my underwear jar, right? Put it in there and that way it's safe. So I don't want a bunch of stuff all over it. So in that case, I would burn a tea light candle on top, a red one. And on that red tea light candle, you can spruce that one up too. You can put a little bit of herbs, oil. Just get like a little drop of oil, and rub the top of your tea light candle and burn it. Or not, you don't have to. You're burning a candle because you're burning it on your altar, and you're going to use it as an offering to your higher power. Some people like to burn votive candles, the little votive candles, or the taper candles, so the wax melts all over the candle, and that's fine. I mean, all over the jar, and that's fine. If your candle is burning like this, and you want to seal your jar, as it's burning, you can go ahead and turn it over, and you can put all your wax to seal your jar, if that's what you want, and then put it back on here, and it'll melt down. And then the next day you put another one, and the next day you put another one. So you can do it like that. When I use jars, I do tea light candles. I just do little tea light candles on top. I don't like all that mess all over the jars. I don't. Because if I'm doing it for a person, I give it to that person. I put it in a paper bag like that, cover it up in a paper bag, and I give it to that person. Sometimes I wrap it in foil. I'll just get a piece of foil and I'll wrap it up like this in foil completely, and then I'll put it in a brown paper bag and I give it to that person. And the reason why I put it in foil is because I don't want anybody else to look at it. I don't want nobody else putting their judgment on it, like, oh, what's this? You know how people are. Oh my God, what is this? Is this something horrible? I don't want anybody to put anything vindictive in here or anything negative in here. So I cover it for that person. Then they can take it home in their own, private time, and they can, put their energy into it, and they can put it away. And so you don't want to give somebody a jar that has a bunch of stuff unless they want it. And you have to ask that person you're doing it for. Are you going to put this in your drawer? Are you going to put this on your shelf? What are you going to do with it? So that way, do you want wax on it, or do you just want it where it's nice and clean so you can just put it away somewhere? So again, that's really up to you. And, if you're going to put this inside your drawer, you probably want to keep it in the bag, because if it has honey, you don't want it to spill out, and it shouldn't, because it's sealed in there. But anyway, there's just so many different ways. I don't want to get too crazy on all the different ways that you can make it. It's just that sugar jars, honey jars are very, very interesting to me, because you can make them so many ways. There's so many variety of ways that you can make them. And like I said, I love using orange peels, like just slices of oranges. You can use apples. I mean, incorporate food into your spell work. It's great. There's so many magical benefits of different types of foods that you can definitely add, especially when you're doing jar work like this, because it's contained, it's sealed. It doesn't have to be fresh. It could be dried. You can use flowers. Oh, and also, guys, don't forget, add some coffee. All the coffee's on top. Add some coffee to your jar before you close it up, because that coffee will give your honey jar, sugar jar, that boost of energy that it needs, and it'll help speed things along. So, all right, guys, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. It was long. I'm sorry. I don't know how to make them any shorter, but I just feel like I have so much I could tell y'all. And I still feel like I have more information to give y'all on this. It's just that there's just so many ways of making them. I love doing honey jars, sugar jars, and I think that there's so many simple ways of doing great magic. Can be very simple. It can be very cheap, and it doesn't have to be difficult or expensive. It doesn't have to be all this. Again, it really depends on the magical path that you follow. I'm eclectic. I love more hoodoo. And when I say like eclectic, I love hoodoo, I love brujeria. I just do magic. That's what my grandmother taught me. That's what I've been teaching myself in doing. And it's been working great for me, because I put a lot of faith and belief into what I do. And I don't really so much go with the crowd. So sometimes that's why I get turned off of putting things on YouTube, because somebody will come across and be like, oh, that's not the way you do it. Well, that might not be the way that this is the way that, like, my way is not their way. And that's okay, because my way is my way. And that's why I always tell you guys, This is what works for me. This is what I do. You don't have to do what I do, but this is how I do it. I just try to share what I know works. And if somebody wants to share their knowledge, great. Go make your own channel and you can say whatever you want to say on your channel. But if you're watching Murphy Gray Hunters, I'm going to tell you how I do it. And whether you like it or dislike it, thanks. I collected a few coins. So, sorry. Have to get that rant out. It's just people, judgmental people really, really irk me, because it's like, why? There's so many different things that we can do. We're all different. We're all very uniquely different individual people. And so just because we're both women and just because we're the same age, doesn't mean that we like the same foods or the same taste in men or the same taste in music, or we don't practice the same way. But that doesn't mean that my way is the right way, your way is the right way. It just means that that's what works for me, what works for you. And so by sharing, we can learn so much from each other. And so anyway, again, I'm just rambling and talking, and I'll talk for another hour. All right, guys. Hopefully tomorrow I will have my socks. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching this long video again. And thank y'all for y'all's support. Thank you guys who are watching me every single day. I love y'all so much. Y'all, love y'all. And this is why I do this, because of y'all. I really do appreciate all of y'all. Okay, shut up, Murphy. I will see y'all again tomorrow. All right, guys. As always, love y'all and blessed be.